chicken didn't come before the egg? I mean, does it technically mean the chicken fucked itself? Like, I'm just wondering.
Dude, at least we're not talking about ass cracks the first 20 minutes. I mean,
we could if you want. We could if you want. We could.
Rags likes his ass crack talk.
Hey, Rags, how's it going? How you doing? How was your day?
I'm fine. My day was all right.
Good. So different things have happened throughout the day, as you may guess. A lot of people are saying Trump won the election. A lot of people are saying he was able to respond properly, actually, and actually hit some pretty big nails on the head, which is yeah, that's actually pretty cool. I haven't watched it yet, of course. A few of my friends on Twitter have already hit me up with it, and pretty interesting stuff. I know, I just put the label in there like gaming. Let's try to keep it gaming anyways. But yeah, we're off to a great we're off to a great start. That's always amazing. So what I mean, did you watch the debate or anything yet, Rags? 'Cause I watched the last one. It was all right. It was pretty funny.
No.
Wow. Okay. Any particular thing that you may want to talk about that has, like, I don't know, got you by the panties? I mean, anything?
Well, I did hear that Samsung tried to take down the video, or a video of the Galaxy 7 C4 mod from Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Really? They actually tried? Hey, Paragon.
It's offensive to their brand.
But didn't
I wish so much they would do that shit to me, so I would sue their ass for perjury so fucking hard. They got all that money.
That is amazing. They're like, oh, we don't like your mod, so we're gonna go ahead and sue you. But you know what's funny is they just recently had a major event where they invested millions of dollars in, called no longer something about, like, in the event of was it the explosive celebration or whatever? I thought that was kind of interesting. That was trending on Twitter. Where they're celebrating their products no longer blowing up or some stupid shit. They invited everybody to it. I was like, this is kind of weird. Like, we're going to invest all that money for an ad and make an event out of it?
I guess it is something to celebrate, but it's not something you would want to, like, have to eventually celebrate in the life of your company. I mean...
Oh, what's going on, Max Settings? How you doing, buddy? I know, you wanted to talk about it earlier today, too, when I was on Infinite Retro's podcast. Alright, so this whole thing with Red Dead and being not announced for PC, I guess console gamers are kind of celebrating that? Like, I don't know. Like, I've never felt that way personally. I've never been one to celebrate a PC game not making it to a console. In fact, I'm actually a little bit more pissed off because it doesn't make it to console. Because console guys, there are some games that I think they should experience. And people being happy about somebody else not getting an experience, it's kind of an asshole move, honestly, if you think about it. I mean...
It is. It's not like we're sitting here going, you guys don't have the million games that we have. I mean...
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Like, why would you be happy that somebody else is not getting an experience? I mean... That's stupid.
This is cancerous fanboy, our corporation, our box. It's bad stuff. I mean, I can't remember the last. I don't think I've ever been like, haha, we've got these games and you don't. It's like, it's just such a dick move to say. And besides, they don't even know nobody even knows if it's probably coming out for PC. It's just delayed, or it's going to be like GTA 5 is, and they'll release a proper version later. But it didn't say PC on this one thing that we saw that. So I mean, I guess that means it's definitely not coming out for PC. He's like, don't be serious. Don't be silly. This doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. See, that's how I'm looking at it. I mean, you look at the 360, right? Like, they ended up getting Supreme Commander. I was happy for them. I was like, hey, that's great.
It's good.
Like,
yeah,
that's a great game. Like, I hope you guys enjoy it. And then, like, of course, I was met with the, oh, we got the superior version. I was like, oh, fuck. Yeah, I'm trying to be nice here, trying to be positive.
Grand Theft Auto 5 sold 2 million copies on the PC in less than 1 month.
Weren't they over a million in like 24 hours or some shit like that? It was something ridiculous. Like, it was like one of the fastest grossing games since like Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I mean, that's ridiculous. I thought that was pretty interesting actually, because GTA 5. No, everybody on YouTube, anyways, were saying, hey, this game is not going to sell well on PC. The PC gamers don't buy this shit. But yet it was like literally one of the fastest growing titles since forever ago. So like I thought that was really interesting. It kind of made everybody like sort of shut the fuck up and take that L. Rockstar to not. Do I think Sony paid Rockstar to not bring it to PC? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Delay it maybe. I know Microsoft's known for paying people to delay shit. So, or temporary exclusive, you know what I mean? They do that a lot. So it's a possibility.
Sony does pay people though, and we can say what we want about Sony because Rambo's not here.
Pretty much.
Let's stampede them Sony pony bitches.
Somewhere out in the universe, Jay is going, finally, he said something about Sony.
Right.
He just turns off the podcast and goes to bed with a smile. It's like, I don't have to hear anymore. That's it. I'm done.
I can die a happy man
That's
now.
all I need.
Right? I could see that, though. I could see Jay saying some stupid shit like that.
He does this like Napoleon Dynamite and the little fist pump. He's like, yes.
Who wants my tater tots?
Do the chickens have large talons?
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, to always vote for Pedro. Oh, gosh. Such a good movie. Good times. Good times. Oh, so Red Dead, though. God, let's talk about that. I'm actually really interested in that game. In fact, I'm going to probably end up streaming the entire playthrough starting tomorrow. So, Red Dead, you guys. Like, that is big news. That is sexy. That is going to be fun. Did you like Red Dead when it came out, Rags? Did you ever play it?
No.
Damn.
Oh man, you're kind of missing out there. That's a pretty good game.
Yeah, it's a GTA 5, but with cowboys and Indians and bandits and horses and randomly generated quest lines that would come out of nowhere. I mean, it was just a really fun game. Let's see, what else is there on the docket? Diablo news, hopefully, coming out of Blizzard this year. I am fucking ecstatic. And I'm going to go ahead and call it on this one. I think we're going to get a Diablo 2 remaster, and we're going to have the HD patch for free. So we get the HD patch, and then you're going to get the remastered, just a reskin Diablo 2, hopefully. That would be badass with a redone cinematic twist. That would be so fucking good.
Oh, so like people that own it already would get to upgrade to HD for free.
Yeah,
then...
yeah, because they've been pre-patching the shit out of the game lately. Like we've had more patches this year than we've had in the past half a decade. So we're definitely getting a double upload, guys, for Diablo type games for Blizzard.
And guess what? It's not on console. Sorry.
Ah, man, so good, so good.
I noticed that the Red Dead teasers that they said, it had 7 people in it.
Yeah.
7 like game characters?
No, 7 silhouettes. There were 7 characters, 7 profiles.
I wonder if it's gonna be
because they had the Magnificent Seven. And
the dude's son would definitely be one of them. The guy's son from the first one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because he got chick pregnant before he left or some shit, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I remember that. Ah, man. So, is there any titles? I mean, BF1. I know you've been playing BF1, Rags. How is it? How was the launch? How was the first month launch? Is it pretty good?
It's been fine. I've had no issues at all.
Because Fun Fact was saying that this is probably one of the first smooth launches that he's experienced for BF1. He said it was pretty good. He hasn't had any really major issues at all. That's good. That's good. And I guess they did a in-house servers only, so no more private servers for other people, right?
That's what I hear.
That's actually a good thing because that's something I wanted to talk about actually with the old Battlefield and the old Call of Duty.
You think that's a good thing?
Yes, absolutely. No more fucking having to join ranked servers where old school crouch only games are around. Especially if that's the only thing up. not everybody wants to play that, right? Not everybody wants to play some ass stupid rule set where it's like, yeah, you can only use a pistol. I mean, once in a
Thank
blue
goodness
moon.
you're around to tell us what we want to play.
I'm not saying what you want to play. I'm saying me on my own preference, what I don't like. That doesn't directly reflect onto you. I'm just saying, hey, this is what I don't like. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, so I'm actually happy that the stupidity is going to be kind of gone. I think that's a good thing. You can tell me why you don't like that. I mean, that's fine. It's an opinion.
Being greedy, they're being greedy as shit.
Who?
Battlefield 1, they're all the servers are only first person or first party. There are no third party servers you can buy. You can't go to any other site and rent servers. It's only through EA now.
Well, doesn't that prevent a lot of bad shit like piracy and stuff?
No.
The third-party server, you can have
they
a
still have
cracked
to
version
connect-
of the game.
They still have to connect to Battlefield 1. I mean, EA has to, you still have to get the okay, but other companies, you would rent the server through them. So you'd go to, I don't even know the names of them. I'd have to look up the names, but now you don't even have the option.
So basically, you would go to a third-party server to play with a certain group of people, or have mods, or that kind of thing.
No, you could. There were custom rule sets, I'm sure, that you could have, but now you can. You can't buy them through anyone else other than EA.
Yeah.
But you can still buy servers, though.
Yeah, you can.
I'm not sure I have a problem with that. It sounds pretty decent to me.
Yeah, because all those custom servers are totally ruining the game for the people not playing on them.
I don't believe I've ever played on a custom Battlefield server.
Not by choice, anyway.
Yeah, if it randomly came up, then yeah. But I mean, I never hunted for one. I never.
Like I said, I was just giving my opinion on how I felt about it. I'm not saying that, I speak for everybody, obviously. I don't.
Massive kick in the groin to the community.
I don't even have the game, so if it's pissing off the community, then
it's something.
then it's
something,
obvious, yeah.
Yeah, it's something that they'll have to address. But I mean, I don't feel like I need to address it because, like I said, I agree with the decision. Words, please come out of my mouth. God damn it. But what else is there? So there's that.
So the game dies when EA drops support.
Okay. That's an area that I didn't even look at. That's true. EA dropped support. The game's no good no more.
Is Battlefield 3 still up? Bad Company 2 is still up from the last I checked. Battlefield
I just played
2
Bad
is
Company 2 a week ago.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not like this game's gonna die anytime soon. That's for damn sure. I mean, if we were really worried about EA dropping support, then we should have worried about that with Battlefield 3. Or even further than that, like I said, Bad Company 2, which are obviously still alive and well. So
Yeah, they certainly don't want you buying servers that perform better than theirs.
that's still a manage of placement. That's not.
That's
facts.
a crime.
That's not exactly facts, sir.
What do you mean?
What do I mean is those servers aren't going to perform better than EA's for everybody. Everybody's different.
You can have them running at higher refresh rates.
Oh, can you? I didn't know about the refresh rate. No, I didn't know about the tick count.
Luckily the default is 60, which is way better than Battlefield 4's default when it launched, which was 10, which was garbage.
Right.
Was that the entire problem with Battlefield 4? Because when it launched, it was crap.
That was one of the problems. That was one of the many problems.
That's kind of why I haven't bought Battlefield 1 yet. I'm a little nervous.
Also, if you want to play this game that's not within earshot of America or the EU, well, fuck you. No server for you.
You've been playing the crap out of it, though, right?
Yeah.
You gotta have something good to say about it.
I haven't said any. I'm talking about EA. Battlefield 1 is an excellent game.
Well, kind of threw me a curveball because it kind of sounds like you're talking shit about it.
I'm talking
Not,
shit about EA.
no, he's talking about shit. Yeah, he's talking about shit about EA. He wasn't really saying anything bad about the servers
Well,
themselves.
shit. EA, Ubisoft, Activision. Shall we go on? I mean,
I haven't said anything about DICE or the game or the gameplay or the balance.
Right.
In fact, the only thing I've really mentioned gameplay-wise is good is that it's the default is 60 hertz refresh rates on the
Yeah.
servers, which is 6 times the default of what Battlefield 4 was.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Let's see. Yeah, we talked about that already.
yeah. When it comes to these game companies, I personally think that every company, it would be funny and it may work if their game is so broken, they just give it to Ubisoft to fix it. And just see what comes out of that. I mean, could be good or it could be atrocious, but you never know.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
did make Assassin's Creed where you saw like half the guy's head and no skin on his face. So, I mean, they might be able to fix broken games.
So, for anybody that's played it right now, how is it overall with the campaign and stuff? Because Battlefront
Campaign's
was kind of
really good from what I've seen.
Oh, really? Because Battlefront was
I've-
such a letdown, you know?
I finished the last campaign because you can play them in any order. I finished the Bedouin campaign and it was really short, but it was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was okay. Then I started the tank one, where you play as the British tank, so the tank commander, and it's been good so far. The cutscenes are really good. The game looks absolutely gorgeous. Once you load up the game, it throws you into single player. So if you're downloading the game, it gets to like 30-something%. It says you can play while the rest of it downloads. So you jump in the game and it puts you into single player. Like
Yeah.
it loads up and then boom, it has words. Well, 60 million people. War never changes. All that, and then it zooms you into a character and you're playing the game. You're playing a single player game, and that's kind of how it starts.
Yeah.
And it was a really good transition because it just kind of thrusts you into it.
Mhm.
And it looks amazing. The game looks absolutely amazing because it auto set everything I had to ultra, and the single player was running all ultra for me, and it was staying way above 60. It looked just amazing. The game is full of excellent details. The gameplay itself, especially multiplayer wise, is superb. Weapon balance seems to be pretty decent. The classes are very they all feel unique. There's not an excessive amount of customization that kind of gives everything their own flavor. I mean, I have a few nitpicks and gripes about balance, but the game did just come out, so that's expected for any game. Battle packs are a little different than they used to be. When you get a battle pack, and I've only got like 2. So you get them. It's like at random, and it's a huge pet peeve I have about the game. Luckily, all you get from battle packs are like skins for weapons, but I hate how it's not meritorious the way you earn battle packs. I'm really, really good at the game. I'm really good at Battlefield. And now that I'm getting into the groove of Battlefield 1, where I kind of know the weapons and know how they perform, and I'm out of the Battlefield 4 mindset where you got your automatic assault rifle and you got 30 rounds to splurge away. And you get out of that mindset and you play like it's World War I, and you do a whole lot better.
Right.
And so I was playing with Fun Fact earlier today and some others, and we were consistently, our squad was at the top, pretty much at the top of the scoreboard every single time. And it was still practically random. So I could be he was posting pictures. So at the end of the round, I could be the number 1 player with flag defense, or he could be the number 1 player with flag defense or caps or most heals or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it just randomly doles out battle packs to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 people. And it as far as I know, it's random. I haven't recognized any sort of pattern at all. But it went for the first 16 ranks going through that game. And the games are about 24 minutes long on average, probably about 24, 28 minutes long. Conquest games are fairly lengthy. And I got to rank 16 before I got my first battle pack. 16 until I got my first battle pack. And it was just it was frustrating to play all these games and do really, really well and consistently get better, learn the game, do well, win stuff for your team, play the objective, and then it's just, we randomly don't get battle packs. Luckily, it's all aesthetic. you don't. It's not like Battlefield 4 where you unlock attachments and XP boosts and things. But still, I'd like to. And it's a trend I've seen in games, especially with games like Halo and all that, where it's just random, or you have to pay for stuff like that. It's not, hey, you did really well. Here's your reward for doing really well.
Yeah.
But the game itself, however, it's been very stable. I have never lost connection to a server. I've never been dropped from a server. I've never had any real lag issues, just the typical every once in a while somebody has, bad ping. That's every game. It's been very, very stable. No issues, no technical problems at all. The game is... it's really easy to scale graphics-wise. So, I played the game and I got into it. Then I turned the graphics, the bare minimum, up to the mesh quality and all that I need. So, super no-life try-hard mode. And the game runs a lot better. There's a lot of options for you. There's a lot of differences between it and Battlefield 4 in the sense of how you customize your weapons and your character. You have less options because obviously the gun technology was different back then. There is a lot of very interesting weapons, especially for sidearms and rifles and this, that, and the other thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like where you would say, I want to attach this kind of foregrip, that kind of foregrip, this kind of buttstock, that kind of magazine, this sort
because
of that.
it
Every
just wasn't around then. I mean,
yeah, every weapon that you unlock is its own sort of deal. So if you could have you have a variety of bolt action rifles as the scout, and some are with a palm rest and a scope. Some are iron sights and a bipod. Some are every time you unlock a gun, which you do by leveling up, and you get to choose what you want to unlock. That gun is kind of like its own deal. You don't pick and choose what you want on the gun. You can change maybe like your iron sight type, and you can change your magnification. Like for iron sights, you can choose between anywhere between 1 and 2 magnification when you zoom in. So that's nice. You can choose to have a bayonet or not. Really, that's it. You can't. I mean, the gun is the gun, and the idea is to learn the gun instead of in Battlefield 4, where you kind of try to tailor the gun to how you like it. Yeah. But Battlefield 1 is definitely a game that kind of goes back to this classic sort of you have a role. This class is your role. You can use all of these weapons within this role, but it's not like you can turn your recon guy into a semi-assault something or other. You have to learn the classes and learn the guns, and generally, who's ever better at shooting is going to win the gunfights.
Naturally,
and
right.
It's very, very, very skill-based. Weapons have a natural, inherent inaccuracy to them in a lot of ways. It helps to distinguish the weapons from one another. So, SMGs and LMGs will behave completely differently, even though they're, normally magazine-fed automatic weapons. They feel different. Classes have they're varied. And I see the game lasting a lot. The maps are fantastic, with only a couple exceptions. The modes are really good, and already, I've enjoyed pretty much all of it. And most of my gripes are just nitpicks, pet peeves. Overall, I've never had really any huge issues. It's not like Battlefield 4's launch. I mean, this one seems really solid so far, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone who was on the fence about it.
Awesome. Good to hear. Because I definitely want to get it sometime down the line. It looks like it would be a fun game. I mean, we all sort of enjoyed ourselves when we all played it together. It was a hilarity. It was a fun time. So I'm definitely gonna get it sometime down the line. I've always gotten Battlefield regardless.
Yeah, it's kind of like Call of Duty. It's one of those things you can't avoid.
Except, like, you play this infinitely more sometimes, depending on if the game's good.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, I remember when you and me were cracking out in Battlefront when it first came out. It was pretty decent, and then it was like, oh, well, this is all you get. And I was like, oh, fuck.
But that's good, though, to hear with Battlefield 1 is, the guns are what they are. You get what you get. You either learn how to use it or you don't. And if you don't, you're screwed. Yeah, which is a good
exactly.
thing. I miss that in an FPS.
Instead of it all being like lasers.
Yeah, like Call of Duty. If you're not good with a gun, don't worry. There's 20 different attachments you can try, and one of them will make you okay with a gun.
Yeah, and it may be frustrating to a lot of Call of Duty players and people who play other FPS games, though they may not want to admit it. But there's no there's no easy mode way to play Battlefield 1. It's not like there's that one weapon that it'll just be good no matter what. It's not like you have that one attachment or that one piece of equipment that you can kind of get some freebies with. To my knowledge, pretty much everything that I've used, you still have to work with. So it's not a game you can just pick up and be great at. I mean, I know I wasn't doing all that well at first just because it's a new game. You have to learn everything. But now, like me and Fun Fact, we were doing really, really good today. We were playing it quite a bit. And it was just work with your team and do the objectives and I mean, it plays like a Battlefield game. It really does play like a Battlefield game. In a lot of ways, maybe better than Battlefield 4 did it because it lets you kind of do so much to your character and turn you into something that, I don't know, maybe wasn't really what your role was kind of supposed to be.
Hands down better than Hardline then.
Well, I couldn't get through the beta of Hardline, so I never played the main game. It just wasn't
Really?
fun. Yeah. I played the beta, and it just wasn't good. There was no reason to buy Hardline over Battlefield 4.
I never paid for it. I mean, I got it free with EA Access eventually. But, yeah, I never went out and bought it. But it wasn't too bad on console.
It was all right. I wouldn't have. I wouldn't.
The cops and robbers thing was interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, the cops and robbers aspect of the game was decent. It was just, I don't know, like some people were saying, yeah, it's great, it's good, and I'm like, no, it's not. But it's made by the same guys that did Bad Company too. I'm like, it doesn't mean it's gonna be good. I mean, we can expect great things, doesn't mean we're gonna get it, you know?
Yeah, that cops and robbers aspect, they were on to something with that. That can be completely perfected if done right. I mean, there is a giant hole in the shooter market that I think that the cops and robbers whole deal can fill if it's done right.
Yeah, I agree with that. If it's done right, that's the key term. Like it seems like when you throw on just a different skin for a Battlefield game, it's still a Battlefield game. You know what I mean? You can change the map up, it's still gonna be Battlefield. It's still gonna be that. It's all about pretty much like, are you gonna be able to offer something that the other games doesn't offer? That's what it comes down to. And that's the problem with that game is it didn't offer anything unique whatsoever, other than the fact that you were a cop and there was a robber. That was it. Everything else was the same. We've played it before.
Yep, definitely. I agree with everything everyone has said when it comes to that should have been DLC, optional DLC for Battlefield 4.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, you look at Bad Company 2 when they did Vietnam. Right? Instead of offering it as a separate thing for Vietnam, they made it a part of the game. And that's what they should have done with Hardline. That should have been, like you said, DLC standalone or something to go with it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have had a problem with that at all. I mean, I guess I didn't really have a problem with them charging, a completely separate game, but I just think it would have worked better as like a, Bad Company 2 Vietnam situation type thing. Field had Arma vehicle. Yeah, that would be great. I mean, the problem that I see with that is the consoles are not going to do that and not going to have that kind of power for quite some time, if ever at all.
People buy things no matter what.
Yeah, but to have like an Arma-like vehicle destruction, I mean, these consoles can't process that. I mean, and that's not even making fun of them. It's just the bare facts truth.
And we got this 1050 Ti and 1050 on the horizon here.
1050 Ti, what the fuck?
Yeah, 1050 Ti.
That's like the new entry card, I guess, like 750 Ti FTW.
Pretty much. The 1050 Ti is supposed to do a 1080p 60 FPS, and it's about 130, 140 bucks.
Oh, that ain't bad. How many gigabyte card is it?
I don't know off the top of my head. I can look up.
Does it support 3-way SLI?
Let me take a look here. Let's see. Let's see. 1050 Ti. Equipment power Pascal, 109, 139 respectively dollars. Let me see. There's a 2 and 4 gigabyte model built around.
Well, shit. Even running 2 of the 4 gigabyte models. Wheels spinning. Ideas.
Yeah, the 1050 Ti has 4 gigabytes and promising smooth 1080p gaming at 60 frames per second on both cards.
Wait, it was what?
Even on the 2 gig model, that's a bold promise.
Yeah. But they were saying the 1050 was doing 62 on GTA 5, 68 on Dota 2,
On Ultra?
63 on Overwatch, 65 on Gears of War 4, 68 in Warcraft Legion.
That's just one of them?
1050.
Holy shit. Okay. Ideas.
So, I mean, I don't obviously not ultra, but I mean, pretty decent. I mean, for that kind of price, you spend $140 on a GPU and you can get 1080p 60 FPS, and that's cheap as shit. $140.
Under 300, you can have 2 of them. That is still a bargain. I mean,
As it really is. You can do, of course, you can buy my card used, the Zotac 980 Ti Amp Extreme used for about $385.
see, but you're still saving money. 2 brand new 1050 Ti's.
Lots of options. So,
That's a good thing.
I mean, every time some of these cards come out, you know, you had the 960s coming out, the 1060s, and now you're having 1050s and 1050 Ti's. Like, it's just getting just cheaper and cheaper for more and more.
I'm just trying to figure out how they're going to manage this because it only has 768 CUDA cores. So I'm just like, huh. And that's a Ti. The Ti has a 768, while the 1050 regular has the 640 CUDA cores. So it's going to be really interesting to see what NVIDIA does with what little they have here.
Well, it's not. It's everyone's doing it. Asus, EVGA, Galaxy, Gigabyte, Zotac. All these guys have are we gonna doing it? Asus, EVGA, Galaxy, Gigabyte, iGame, N3D, MSI, Palit, and Zotac. Yeah, they're strictly for its hardware partners. The graphic card companies have free reign in how they design their 1050 series cards, as we expect to see a wide range of solutions. Among these, we'll see some cards with a 6-pin power connector. NVIDIA says some factory overclock cards will push boost clocks into the 1900 megahertz range.
Huh.
So we'll see once they come out how they perform.
And if they're promising 1080p 60 FPS, and obviously on some type of setting there's proof that it runs that, I don't want to hear that, oh, it's too expensive.
It's too expensive. Let me buy. Oh crap! My subscription for Xbox Live's done. I gotta get another one.
It's too expensive, but we'll
you-
spend like
2 months of Xbox Live as a 1050 Ti, and $10.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to believe that in 2 months you save enough money by switching to the PC to just make up for the GPU, which is probably gonna, if you're on a budget build. I mean, normally the GPU is the most expensive part of your build anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when the most expensive bit is 140, and I mean, and if you really need to stretch your money, you don't have to really swap anything else out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so compelling to get a PC now. And again, every time they have their budget cards come out, the price goes down, the performance goes up.
Well, what's even better than that is AMD has come out and said that they're going to lower the price for the RX card.
Excellent.
Just to keep it competitive with this.
Good.
That's why this is a good thing.
Exactly.
And then for a CPU, you could get like a high-end i3 or an entry-level i5, and you would be okay. I mean,
Well, that $280 card that we were looking at, Shannon, with the RX 480 is now going to be down to like $150.
see, you're lucky you didn't buy it that day.
I know, right?
Now you're going to get it for a steal.
I thought about it, but then now other people are saying that the RX 490 is going to be around the corner. So I'm like, Should I just wait? Should I just wait it out? To hell with it, just wait it out. That's what I'm gonna do. That's my final decision.
Volker Gaming asks, would it run Doom? Yes, it would.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, if it's doing Overwatch and Warcraft Legion at over 60, Doom easily, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be really good to see this, and hopefully when this stuff comes out, it'll be all that. It's just another thing for me to push for the PC because I mean, if the performance is what they're saying it is, if it is what they say it is, then that's nothing but good for everyone.
So the PC part picker, I want to talk about that real quick because since we're on a subject of PC, nowadays that thing has been so changed from when it first launched that you don't even need to know that your motherboard supports anything. It will literally run an analytics test on your entire build and will tell you whether or not those parts are compatible with each other.
If they'll bottleneck.
That is so much easier than what we had to do when PC gaming was on the rise, like on a big jump. You remember that, Shannon? You actually had to look up the parts and then like look through all these different guys for your motherboard to see which RAM sticks were compatible with your board. And at what hertz. Remember that? Now they got PC part picker where it's like, oh, well, there's nothing wrong with your build, so you can just order it now. And it's like, oh my goodness.
My RAM stick's compatible with everyone.
Oh. do you cap your data?
Never. Not a single time.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
I like my
it's
bitch
so
30.
easy now. I mean, it's so freaking easy now.
It really is easy, guys. I mean, I've been saying it before, but and videos I've mentioned that building a PC is the hardest thing that people have never done.
If you can play with Legos, you can build a PC nowadays.
Absolutely.
It's color coded, people.
And even if you don't want to build it, you can just have someone else do it for you.
Yep.
Places like NCIX and other places, they'll put it together, put the OS in, they'll run a test to make sure it works fine, give you a little bit of a warranty, and send it on its way.
You look at these parts though. I mean, you can't fuck this up. You know what I mean? You can't fuck this up. There's no way, literally in hell, you could fuck your build up right now.
And you have all the time in the world. You can ask all the questions you want to. Just everybody. If you ever, that's what I did. What I tell people is when you start off, people come to me all the time and say, I want to get into PC gaming. What should I do? I say, learn what all the parts are and what they do. And then when you kind of have that knowledge, just absorb all the info you can. And if you ever have questions, well, don't ask me. I only have so much time on my hands. Go to Tom's Hardware and forums this, forums that. Talk to people on Steam, in Discord. Just ask people, and they'll tell you.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, a PC gamer YouTuber would be more than happy to converse with you on Twitter to help you do what you need to do.
I'm the 1 out of 10 though. I just can't handle all the questions.
Rags is too busy judging butt cracks and what color they are and that kind of thing.
That's right.
That's kind of our favorite thing. Why do you got to be bringing that on the forefront there, Shaner? Why do you got to be a dick about that, huh? Wow. So, I mean, I tell people this all the time. I'm like, look, if you ever played with Lincoln Logs, right? It's PCs like that. You ever play the game Operation? That's an even better example. You ever play Operation? You can only put parts in certain holes, right? It won't go through otherwise without setting off an alarm. Same thing with PC builds. You cannot put the RAM sticks in wrong. You can't. It's not like that.
That's true. You can't put it
in wrong. No, we know someone that did that. Remember Don Gamer did that shit.
Yeah, he broke his fucking port.
Yeah. I don't know how you could because it just wouldn't.
He broke his port and he broke his stick. That's what happened.
He's a special kind of PC gamer, but still, I mean, it's still impossible to do it. I mean,
yeah, it is.
Just look at the shapes, look at the holes, match them up. I mean, you guys remember that toy your parents got you when you were like 1, where you put the circle, it was like a ball, and you put the shapes in the different holes? It's kind of like that.
Yeah, it really is, actually. It's super fucking easy. I mean, even if it's your first build, don't look at anything that you're doing as an impossibility. That's the important thing. You gotta have somewhat confidence to do it because a lot of people get scared.
Unless it is impossible. In which case
a lot of people get scared, right? They do. A lot of people get, fucking flustered because they think that this, all this money is in their hands, and if they're not careful, they're gonna fuck everything up permanently. And it's not necessarily like that. Not anymore, anyways, right? I mean, back then you had like this microscopic triangle to match up your CPU. Nowadays, it's like fucking big yellow gold thing that sticks out of there. Like, oh, don't put it in this way. Put it in that way.
Like before, a long time ago, if you touched the RAM stick the wrong way, you had a high chance of just frying it. I mean, now you can basically fondle these parts however you want, and you're going to end up being okay. I mean,
hey, Captain Clorox.
You'd have to be pretty special to mess it up, to break something.
I saw your random ass on like 3 other people's videos today trolling them. Bravo, sir. Bravo, Captain Clorox.
that is my favorite chatter.
I was randomly perusing YouTube's, looking for that quality content. And Captain Clorox, I know, right? Captain Clorox was trolling the shit out of people. That shit was funny. I even thumbed your shit up, sir. Bravo, bravo.
So guys, go check out Captain Clorox. I'm not going to tell you to subscribe because I don't tell people what to do. But if you like him, sub.
Yeah, he's funny. He is pretty funny. Let's see. Uterus Executors is in the chat. It says, plus the motherboards come with like a 400-page manual on house to install everything and how to set up the BIOS and the computer. You don't even need to set the BIOS anymore because it's got a GUI now. So the GUI in it, you don't even need the GUI. It's all little GUI.
It'll pop up on your screen depending on your manufacturer, and it'll ask you if you want to update the shit.
Yep.
And it's just like updating your console. Don't turn it off or anything while it's doing it, and you're fine. I mean, and one more thing that I know intimidates people is they see all these builds with all the lights and the nice and neat cable management, like, enthusiast level. That's something that even intimidated me as I was still learning to build PCs. But you always have to remember that it functioning and being efficient is way more important than the lights and the cable management. As long as it does what you want it to do and it does it efficiently, then you're good.
I think the most important thing about cable management you got to realize is it's the airflow. If you're doing it based off of an airflow system and not liquid cooling, you got to make sure your cables aren't touching the fans.
Yeah,
because
just
that could
keep
blow
them out
your
of the
fan
fans
out.
way,
It could chop up your wiring. Like, there is got to be some level of management here. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, yeah, it can't be like
put your
spaghetti
wires
everywhere,
in your
but
fans.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of builds where people were like, when they closed the case, and like the fucking wire was like right above the fan over the CPU, and it's like, that kind of shit like gives me panic attacks. I'm like, oh my god, like fix that shit before I fucking come over there and do it for you. Like,
for example, I mean, my build is kind of like that. It's a pretty build, with green lights and the whole NVIDIA 980 Ti, reference model and everything. I've taken pictures and put it on Instagram, but recently, it gets a little too warm to my preference playing H1Z1. So I went with that whole, it needs to be more efficient and it needs to function. That's more important than all these pretty lights and stuff. So I have, I don't know the PC term for this, but I have, let's just say rigged fans in my PC to make it run cooler. It's not the prettiest, but when I play H1Z1, it stays, cooler. It works.
you can always just get a giant fucking box fan, take the front cage off, and attach it to your tower. There you go.
If they came in green with lights, I'd consider. But unfortunately, my Cooler Master sickle flows are gonna have to do.
Speaking of cooling, what do you run in your rig right now, Rags? Are you liquid cooled or are you air cooled?
I'm air cooled.
Scrub.
Yeah.
Normally, I'll just put some Nutella in the fridge, and then I'll spread it all over it once it gets nice and cold.
Someone actually did that for thermal paste.
Really?
More power to him, I say.
Did that work?
I don't know, but I would imagine that as he gamed, his computer smelled like a Willy Wonka chocolate factory. I mean, that's just my assumption, though.
It's like, are we making brownies? Like,
I can smell Augustus Gloop.
Oh man, did you guys see the gold paste that they're doing right now? I was actually considering it.
Gold what?
They have it's like Quicksilver but gold.
Huh.
Gold conductor. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, let me see if I can pull it up real quick. It's I'm not sure if it's more efficient, but I'm all about getting as much as I can out of my CPU.
Yeah, that's
So-
something that I've always wondered. Like, they're like, oh, this gold-plated HDMI cable or this gold-plated USB cable, does it really fucking make a difference? Because I can't say for sure one way or the other that I have noticed that my gold-tipped USB cables are a lot better than a standard USB cable. I can't say that I've gotten more performance out of either or.
It's called polysynthetic gold thermal compound. And check this out. It looks pretty interesting. It's pretty cheap too. It's like $3.75 a bottle. But
Really?
yeah, it's actually cheaper than Arctic Silver.
Yeah, I was gonna say I spend more on that Arctic Silver shit.
Yeah, I mean -50 Fahrenheit at 180 Celsius.
Oh man, okay. See these 1050 Ti's and this gold paste. You guys are fucking with my mind today.
Because if you spend less on the actual GPU, that means you can coat even more of it in gold.
In gold.
Jack, I understand that gold is one of the best conductors, but
I love gold.
I mean, what does it? Like I said, I can't say I've gotten better performance out of anything gold plated than I have standard.
Not enough carrots, scrub.
Well, then I'm gonna write Razor because this is bullshit.
Gold Razor.
All the cables got gold on them, and my mouse still freezes.
Freeze and razor.
Oh god, here we go.
Logitech G600, I come.
What you are? Did you
Yep.
get it? You
Yep.
got it? How was it?
Not in my possession,
Bitch,
but
fuck McTits, Miggy. Why? Well, when you get it,
when I get it, I will make sure to tell
when
you.
does it get here?
I haven't even ordered it yet.
Why
It's in my
haven't you?
cart.
It's in your cart.
Because
so
I'm
it's
still
just
putting
sitting
things
there.
in my cart.
You get free 2-day shipping, right?
Well, I want it all to come at the same time, Rags.
But you lose literally
Call me
nothing that
stupid.
it gets before. You can enjoy it before everything else gets here. It's free shipping.
You and your logic.
How
That
dare
way,
you?
while you're waiting for everything else, you can drip feed yourself the enjoyment. Plus, you could.
Nice.
It's like, oh, what arrived today? Oh, it's my mouse. Can't wait for my keyboard to get here tomorrow. And then after that, it's
No, I'm not going all new peripherals yet. I'm getting the mouse, and my wife wants some stuff that I got to throw in the cart, and yeah.
You know what really
What?
looks sexy though, honestly, is that X99A Gaming Pro Carbon ATX motherboard from MSI. Oh, that is so pretty.
What a fucking nerd.
Kind of makes it makes my diodes get a little acidy, if you know what I mean.
It overclocks my megahertz.
My megahertz.
That's a sexy motherboard though. I mean, you're talking it is like straight up colorful as shit. Yeah, so I've been telling Shannon about this a while. I'm thinking about doing another build. Like I want another build. I'm like, like I'm looking at things I can sell at this point. I'm like, I got some
Someone
stuff
tweeted
down.
me. Someone just tweeted me a $300 build for a PC.
Yeah.
And I bring up stuff like that before. You know, if you want to spend $300, $350, $400 on a PC, you can go on YouTube and find all sorts of builds. And naysayers are saying, well, you can't really find stuff like that. I was like, well, people keep doing it.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird how all these impossible things keep getting done.
There's obviously some truth to it.
Yeah, there's obviously some truth to it if everyone keeps doing it.
Like the i7
Just saying.
6800K. Oh yeah.
Fucking and $350. That's less than a PS4 double cheeseburger, whatever they're calling this thing,
With
and
fries.
and an Xbox Scorpio thingy.
Fries,
That's less.
motherfucker.
Why do we always gotta like somehow like promote Mickey D's like on the side when
Dude,
we mention
I
The
haven't
PS4
been.
Pro
I haven't
looks like
been
a
to
double
McDonald's
cheeseburger.
I couldn't tell you the last time I've been to McDonald's. I think I went a couple months ago because they had one around here and it got renovated. They like tore it down and built a new one. So I'm like, why not? Let's go into this new McDonald's and see how the food tastes. Still shite, but you know everything else was nice around
But
it.
now the kids' play area has iPads instead of
there was
ball
less
pits.
urine on the floor, so that was kind of nice.
Yeah, last time I was at McDonald's, it was for an ice cream cone, and it was like in the middle of the summer, so it's been some time.
So Gigabyte's got a 1080 GTX. What is it? GeForce G1 gaming. $619, and this is a 1080. RGB spectrum on the card itself. So when it lights up, you'll
Wait,
have all
the
your colors.
card does RGB?
Yep.
Or
It
good.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It looks pretty cool
I
too.
can't handle these products you guys are bringing up. You know I like lights, Brimstone.
Well, because here's the thing. Like, if I do a new build, I'm going to go all out on it this time around like I did last time around. I've always gone all out on my builds. I've never really held back anything financially. So, yeah. So if I do get an RGB MSI board like the one I mentioned earlier, I will totally get this one.
Sucker Punch wants to know why Rags is so sexy. I don't know.
Why? Genetics.
He masturbates on his own face all the time when he's on his back.
It's great for your skin.
Yeah.
If you haven't tasted your own cum before, you should give it a try. And dear God, don't wait till it gets cold.
See, the way he says these kind of things, Brim, makes me think that he may have just done this once or twice.
You want to get that
chance.
shit straight from the tap.
Straight from the chest.
All right. All right.
GTX.
Oh, so okay, so
Extreme.
you'll give it to
Water
somebody
Force.
else, but you won't take it yourself. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's different.
That applies to other things too.
Somebody, but I won't take. Okay, sure. It's good. It's good for her, but not for me. What's
You
good
like
for
your women to
right?
have good skin, so they need it on their face.
Skin. Yeah, but then it gets sticky, and there's like that film, and then it starts to peel off. Like,
Like
what's
the
that on
shit
your
that
face?
makes a sock crusty where it can stand up like it looks like it's in a shoe without touching it. That kind of film. Now Sucker Punch says he needs your cum, Rags.
Buckets. I suggest buckets because this guy's pent up. He hasn't had it in a while. In his world is like less than 8 hours, I believe. So buckets.
Clearly.
I can't give you none of mine because I'm sorry, it's no joke. I have sex so much I probably would come dust if you wanted some. I don't.
Yeah, once he ejaculated, his cock goes.
It's like a 90-year-old man with a smoker's cough.
Water.
God damn it. I can't
Why
take
do
you guys
wanna know
anywhere.
if Rags is gay? They've been asking me this since episode 1. We're on 23.
Why do they think you know?
I don't know.
Rags, to be honest, you've already said it in your videos so many
No, I
fucking...
haven't.
Yes, you have.
No, I haven't.
Yes, you
Absolutely
have.
not. Not a
Absolutely
single
too.
time.
Yep. Yeah, you have.
Nope.
Yep.
I've never said anything.
You've
like
never stated about how you enjoy being fucked. Because
This is a
I've said
dog-eat-dog
that.
world.
That's different.
how is this?
I did because you don't have to be gay to enjoy getting fucked in the ass.
But you've already stated with your boyfriend.
I never said that.
Rags is pretty like intellectual and elegant, so I can see why you would ask if he's gay, but he's right. How the fuck would I know?
Well, because there was that one time you whipped your dick out on camera and Rags ejaculated, and yeah, it was awkward, but it's kind of hot.
Or jerk alerted.
Jerk alerted.
Hergen.
For all you budget gamers out there, the
Hergen.
AMD A670 470K Black Edition is $68. So yeah, there's that. For all you budget people.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
really is like no excuse right now for people to start PC
It's
gaming.
super affordable.
I
Don't
mean,
think you're gonna
if-
build your first
if
PC
you-
and run an Oculus Rift. I mean,
I'm looking at it through like budget build means. I mean, that AMD is actually pretty decent. That's a pretty decent CPU for what it was. You know what I mean? Like
just have a fire extinguisher nearby. You'll be all right.
No, this is liquid cooled.
Oh.
Yeah, this is, I mean, the R9 Fury card with that, I mean, would be perfect for a budget guy. Like, I don't understand by now why anybody would still have that excuse of, oh, I can't afford this, but you could buy, 2 consoles.
And support them.
Yeah, and buy their
Every
online
year.
service.
Every year.
I will
Every
say this,
exclusive.
even though you can get PCs that are better than consoles for the price, I wouldn't recommend it.
No, I wouldn't.
I would
would
say
be sure.
spend more so it lasts and you get better performance.
Okay, so
Opinions on Keemstar. I don't have any problems with Keemstar.
I
we
don't
used to
care.
talk to
I don't know
Keemstar.
anything about.
Yeah,
any
but
of
he
that.
won't remember that shit. That was forever ago, dude. Like he's not
like-
gonna remember that shit.
So 2000 and late.
2000 and late. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he won't remember that shit. But yeah, Keemstar's a pretty decent person. He's a kind of an ass, but at least he's an honest ass.
So Rags, admit it, you can deep throat a cucumber. So we're gonna be Rags's like talent managers. You guys get him to 1 million, and he will do a face reveal deep throating a cucumber.
There you go.
But you have to do it in the next 36 hours, or else it's no deal.
Pretty much.
So go start buying those sub bots, guys.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Work hard for the money.
I'll be like fucking what's his name, Biblical Reaper, have 137,000 subs and like 4,000 views a video.
And 5 iPhone 7s. Oh, I'm not sure it was 5. That's an exaggeration.
And a fucking car that he can't afford, a BMW.
Why would you buy a
Fucking
BMW?
They look. My first job was a valet. BMWs are shite.
They are.
They're really not. I don't know. I don't see the appeal in BMWs. I have driven dozens and dozens and dozens of them, and I would never buy one. If you're gonna spend that kind of money on a luxury-ish car, I would much rather have a Lexus or a Mercedes.
Exactly.
Audi.
Lexus. There you go.
See, I'm with you on the Audi. Like, I love Audis. I think Audis look sexy as fuck.
Once I turn 25 is when I'm kind of gonna start shopping for a new car, get rid of mine, and get another. But I really don't know. There's so many right
And-
decisions.
In today's day and age, a high-end Honda is really all you can ask for. I mean,
I would
it
love
does
to have a
everything you
Civic
need it to
Si. Those things are
See?
a thrill. Maybe a Genesis or something like that. Not the
They're
sedan,
cheap to
because
fix. They run great. They'll run until you kill them.
They've got
I mean-
the Hyundai Veloster turbos, super fun to drive. Ugly as shit, but very fun to drive. They're very practical.
I mean, and
Craigslist, Audi. Let's see if they got any Audi S5s around here.
I'm not really complicated when it comes to cars. I mean, really, alls I want is something American made that I can wrench on and is fun to drive. I don't need a Lexus or a BMW.
Audi S.
Who needs a Beamer?
2004 Audi S4, 144,000 miles, stick shift. It has to be manual for me. Has to be
Yeah.
manual. Has to be manual for me.
Gives you
And
something
it's,
to do while driving.
$5,900.
That's not bad. That's pretty good, actually.
See, because driving an automatic to me is fucking boring. It's 2
I'm the
pedals
exact
and a
same
steering wheel. You need to have a manual. It gives you something to do while driving.
Yep. Yep. And it's funny is they actually last a lot longer than what people will say, because
Yeah.
they
My
don't
car's
they don't know how to drive
12
a
years
fucking
old.
stick. That's why. Yeah, my
Yeah.
car's pretty old too. I drive a truck personally, and I love it, and it's lasted forever.
I would
know
love
what
to
I'm
have a
doing.
truck. But instead, with 4 kids, I am a, let's say, soccer mom.
Get a
I have a
hatchback.
badass van. The doors open like a spaceship with buttons. I don't even got to open them.
Thanks for the DeLorean.
So,
Do you have an Odyssey or a Quest? a
Honda
Nissan
Odyssey.
Quest, Honda Odyssey. Those are they
yeah,
work.
it runs great.
Great. I love them.
What about
mean, not really,
what about the
but-
Camaro line? The Camaro line seems pretty nice.
Fuck Camaros.
Really? You don't like Chevys?
Unless they're I didn't say that. But I would get like an old Camaro. Like you can get some of these
Okay,
old muscle
fair enough,
cars.
fair
You
enough,
can get
yeah.
that shit for like under $5,000.
Absolutely, yeah. I see where you're coming with it now. Yeah, the older Camaros, definitely. I love the older
Yeah, there's no
Camaros,
reason to buy a
yeah.
new one. They're just like
I mean, for the price
1986 Corvette.
for the price
90,000 miles.
for the price of a
$7,000.
Camaro nowadays for 2016, you're looking at $25,000.
Yeah, and for what?
So,
It's like,
So like the older bodies, you could probably get one for like half the price and get a paint job for less. Oh, whew, excuse me. Sorry. Didn't mean to sneeze in everybody's ears. Or what about a Nissan 370Z? That actually looks like a sexy car.
Yeah, I've been thinking about the 350Z, but I'll see what the 370Zs are. Yeah, here's a 75 Corvette Stingray, 109,000 miles. Needs new paint, but it's 8,500.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
Yellow. It's good looking stuff.
The thing that, you know what really I've noticed is like between the new Mustang, the new Challenger, they all look alike, even with the Camaro. Like, I don't understand why they've all gone with the similar body type. I'd rather get like the Mazda MX-5 or something like that.
That's what I have. I have a MX-5, a Mazda Speed Miata, 2004.
Nice.
That's
Nice.
what I drive.
Very nice.
Excellent
Very
car.
good- yeah,
I love it. It's
very
a
good
thrill. It's a
car.
blast to drive. One thing though I have been seriously considering is one of these old Porsche 944s.
For Porsche, yeah. You know, I never even thought about that actually. I've always been a
I just
somewhat
need
of
to
a-
look and see what the repair costs are on them, but I would love to have a Porsche 944. They look cool. They're kind of like the size I'm looking for. Manual transmission.
Now, are you looking for a Cayman? Like, are you looking at a Cayman or no?
I'm not. No, I drove a lot of those. If it's a Porsche anywhere between 1995 and maybe 2013, I have no interest in it because a lot of those cars are shit to drive. The clutch, the transmit, it's
They're
crap.
expensive
It's
to fix
garbage.
too.
Yeah, that's the thing. They are. I mean, I just don't have any interest in that kind of car. If I'm going to spend that kind of money on a car, then I would much rather have something I have driven, like a Viper or a what are they called? The Cadillac CTS-Vs.
Oh, Dodge
Yeah.
is an amazing manufacturer. There's
Yeah,
not
the
hardly
Viper-
anything they do that
I would
wouldn't
love
buy.
I would love to get my hands on it, like an old mid 2000s RT10 Viper. Like, I love that line. That's actually one of my dream cars to own in my life. Like, everybody has, like, you know, everybody likes their, you know, Lamborghini Diablos or any of those. Me personally, I don't really care for the Lamborghini line. I don't like driving fucking sheet metal. But Dodge's RT10 to mid 2000 range
I've
is
driven a Ferrari
really
California.
good. Really,
See,
really good.
That's what I mean by simple. I don't ever want a Lambo or anything. The new Dodge Challenger is great.
You know, the new Dodge, yeah, I was just gonna say, like, it looks nice, but it looks too much like the fucking Chevy, dude. Like, that
It
body
kinda
type.
does, yeah.
Yeah, the body types are all mocking each other like they were back in,
Yeah,
like, the early
it kind of
2000s.
reminds me of a Nova. Like, yeah.
Kinda, yeah. That's why I was saying, like, if I was to go, like, really high end, it would be between, like, the Viper or the Nissan 370Z. Because I
Yeah,
like that body type.
This guy's selling a Porsche 944. He is in Conway, so he's not far away at all. I could drive right up there. $5,000, 1987, 80,000 miles. Everything works. 5-speed manual transmission, and the pictures show that it's definitely been taken care of. I would love to have this car right now.
Yeah.
It looks fantastic. I mean, yes, it is a black car, so you have to keep it clean, and you know. But I mean, it looks great. It really looks nice.
Yeah, tried living in California with a white van and being in a drought. So you wash your car and you get looked at like, oh, you're such an asshole. So basically you wait for the rain because the car washes are closed because of drought. So, yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
We got more rain here than we know what to do with. We're just guzzling down water. What? I left my sink on last night. I'm like, fuck it.
Why'd you do that?
What the fuck, dude?
I'll be right back.
So much water. And it is
Run to the
Arkansas. So the air is basically like half water anyway. So that's no big deal.
Yeah.
No, biggie diggy shiggy. The atmosphere is down low. On the flow. Shopping on Amazon for small knives.
Oh, wait a second. This says, I'm just came across an article right now. It says you can get a Dodge Viper right now for $10,000. What? That can't.
Lovely and jubbly.
Oh, it is. Okay, so yeah, no, it is. It's the it's the very one that I want actually. It's the 2001 Viper RT10. That's pretty good. That is actually a really good set.
Craigslist, Little Rock.
Yep.
Go.
All right, so you heard me, man. If for both Viper guys, the 2001 RT10 you could get for $10,000 right now. That is a hell of a sell. Hell yeah, that would be awesome. Just coming to work with a Viper, everybody's looking at you like, what the fuck? Yeah, don't mind me. Just a Viper, whatever.
I'm thinking about getting myself a cheap Gen 1 Miata too.
Miatas are good.
I like him, man.
I didn't mind Miatas.
And I liked him enough to buy one. So.
What did you think of Daihatsu?
I never drove one.
Yeah, the Daihatsus are the weird looking ones.
The Datsuns?
Yeah, I guess that's what. Yeah, Daihatsu, and then they have their Datsun line. Yeah, weird cars, but from what I understand, they drive pretty damn good. So,
Sunburst Yellow Miata MX-5 Roadster, $4,000, 121,000 miles. Looks lovely. I like that. That would be cool to have too. Nice and bright.
Which car
yellow.
is it?
It's a MX-5 Roadster, little Miata, 1992. So
okay.
it's 24 years old, same year I was born. Bright yellow, looks great. Not like screaming Zonker yellow, but like a really good yellow color.
Now
it comes with a hard top.
Right.
Excellent.
Now normally I don't care for Ford's line of vehicles at all, but I do kind of like their Focus RS. Like their little RS looks pretty
I would
good.
like to have a Ford Focus ST.
I didn't care for their trucks or their SUVs. They always seem to have like these really dangerous recalls that could cost you your life. But their cars, on the other hand, have been doing really good. Really fuel efficient sports cars. What'd you think of the Alpina Z8? Did you actually like that car? It actually looks pretty nice, actually.
The what?
They call it the Alpina. It's by
Z8.
It's called the Alpina Z8 by Henrik Fiskars.
The BMW.
Mm-hmm.
The Z8 Alpina. Let me look it up real quick.
Yeah. It looks sexy.
I don't recall ever seeing one. They only made them for 4 years.
Right, and I don't know. I just always
they look nifty.
They look
really
exactly.
Cool.
The aesthetic is really there.
They kind of look like Aston Martins a little.
A little bit, yeah. What the hell? We all know the weather is racist. Absolutely.
You can get an Audi R8 for 163 grand.
That's not bad at all.
Huh.
Not bad at all. What about classics?
Shopping.
Now, what about classics? Like, what's your thing with classics? Like, I like the old, Oldsmobile, like 60s and 70s trucks, where they have like the overextended, overdramatic fenders and shit. It just overall looks really, really good. I mean, of course, they were terrible with fuel, but they looked awesome though. I love old school vehicles as well. I'm not much of one that is I don't really care for, like I said before, I don't really care for like Lambos and shit. I'm a simple guy. I could deal with what I get. I don't need to have a $400,000 car. But
me neither. It's because cars are one of the things where I'd rather have something cheap that I don't have to really worry about.
Yep.
Than something I have to constantly
worry about.
Make sure this and that, and the seats and the upholstery and the dashboard and the brakes. No, it's like fuck that shit.
Yeah. Or to get calibrated, so they have to come.
Like I want to enjoy it when I drive it, but I don't want to have to worry about it all the time.
Yeah, me too. I'm the same exact way. I mean, I could literally just drive in whatever, and I'd be fine as long as I knew it ran good. I mean, Shana, you're probably the same way, right? You don't really care about all the flashy shit. You could literally just drive whatever as long as it didn't have to do a high maintenance to it.
That's why I drive a Honda Odyssey minivan. It's cheap to fix, it's efficient, and like I said, the door's open with a button. How cool is that?
Right.
I mean Honda.
A Porsche. They've got the Porsche 911 from $85,000 to $133,000.
See, I would never spend that much money on a car. But that's just me. I mean,
they look pretty.
I have no doubt they're just lovely and jubbly, but I just don't really.
It's not practical. Yeah, it's not practical.
It really isn't.
You can buy a house for that.
Yeah, I know. That's exactly my point too. Is like, why would I want to buy a car that I could just go and invest into a house and rent it out and make more money off of it?
Do you know how much fucking pussy you could get for that kind of money?
Especially in
If you,
Vegas.
if you spent it exclusively on just getting laid.
You could probably get pretty far depending on the STDs you
No,
contracted.
no. These are right. These are right proper sorts of ladies, right?
So like courting
Place.
them, that kind of thing.
I mean, if you wanted to, I guess.
Oh, you're just gonna walk up to strangers and say, "Look, here's some money."
Not strangers. I mean, they're technically strangers, but you know what they do.
Yeah, right. It's like
Man, you've never met, but you don't have to. You don't have to have a repertoire with them personally.
Right.
Well, sex education with rags.
Hey, it works.
Legalize prostitution.
I bet you crime rates would go down if you did.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
but if you legalize murder, the crime rates would go down. But obviously it'd be safer for everybody, and it could be regulated and watched, and then it'd be safer for obviously the people who are working in that, and same thing with drugs and stuff. You want to kill the cartels and all these gangs and stuff, just legalize it. So a company could come, so companies and private businesses could start up and compete with one another. Those guys on the street, they'd be dead. They couldn't keep
Walgreens
up.
would love to manufacture your meth if they could.
I don't think Walgreens wouldn't do. They might do medical marijuana, or just They might do marijuana. Walgreens. I could see them doing marijuana. They wouldn't do like the hard stuff. Most people wouldn't. No, pretty much nobody would touch it because it's an image thing.
Yeah.
But weed, yeah, I could see a lot of people doing weed, selling that.
Yep.
No one's gonna be like, "Here's some cocaine." And it's like, no, it's not. And besides, I was talking to my dad about this a while ago. I was like, they should just legalize everything. He said, "Well, what about?" But then people will start using drugs. He said, "It's like, no, nobody out there who wants to do meth isn't doing it because it's illegal.
Exactly.
It's not like it's legal now. Now I can finally get into meth. Now I can start doing crack cocaine." Because it's legal now. It's like, no. They're not gonna. No, just because it's now legal doesn't mean they're gonna start.
No.
If you want to do that shit, you'll go out and you'll do it.
Yeah, you'll just shut down the dealers. I mean,
And it'll be safe-ish.
it's still horrible for you. All
It's so
listeners, don't
terrible
do
for
it.
you. Yeah, it's like cigarettes. It's like it's terrible for you in every imaginable way, and you should never do it. But well, you know what you're getting into. It's
a
not like
warning on
lung
the box.
cancer. I had no idea.
I mean, but the same applies to like all that stuff: alcohol, caffeine. It's still the same shit. I mean, you know what you're doing when you just light the cigarette, open the bottle, whatever.
Yep. It's true though, right? Like it's I mean nobody here's the thing, like a lot of people, and this is funny because this is going as far as our government goes. They look at that as, well, if we're gonna legalize weed, we're gonna have to do meth and all the rest. It's like, not really, because tweakers are looked down upon amongst stoners.
And they're different.
Yeah, they're different.
It's like
They'll
meth
steal
and
from
crack
you.
are the completely different universes.
Yeah. Tweakers in general, though, are looked down upon. They're frowned upon. Rightfully so. I mean, these people will steal from their own family, kill their own family to get their hands on the shit. I mean, and that's a fact. Weed, like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna laugh yourself into a fucking coma because your friend farted? Like,
You're gonna make a lot of bad diet decisions.
right? But at least it would be funny. At
It
the
would be
time.
hella funny.
At the time, it would be funny.
Do you know how entertaining a double cheeseburger could be when you're stoned? I'm not even joking.
Dude, the paper crackling when you're high as fuck will make you laugh.
Like, it's like a campfire.
Kinda. And you can put the cheeseburger on things and
Rub the lotion on your skin and all sorts of stuff. It's great.
As long as you're rubbing something somewhere, I don't give a fuck.
Hell yeah.
Pretty much. Is there anything we else wanted to talk about, or did you want to go ahead and tie this up? Like our sex.
What?
What'd you say, Shader?
Butt cracks.
Oh, butt cracks.
No, seriously, we could tie it up. I mean, yeah, it's been an hour.
What about you? What do you think, Rags? Did you want to tie this up, or do you want to keep it going?
Well, technically, I have to go to work in 3 hours.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and tie this up. Anything on you guys' channel? Yes, no.
Yeah.
I'll have. Well, I go to work I guess today technically, and then I will be off for 2 days. So I'll have a video up then.
Oh, okay, that's good.
I'll talk about exclusives or some shit.
Ah, fair enough. What about you, Shader?
I just put up a Dirty Bomb cheating video that the devs of Dirty Bomb actually watched and liked my tweet about it. So you can check that out. And in the next few days, I'm either going to have a review of something. I'm still trying to figure out what it is because I got a few hundred hours into a couple of games that I yet to have reviewed. So yeah, just keep a lookout for that.
I don't think there's really any other game I've been playing that much. Just, I mean, because Battlefield, I get into Overwatch a bit more. I'm playing more Overwatch. So
I want to dive into
really
Paladins. I really do.
it's pretty good.
Yep, it's actually
pretty
pretty
good.
decent. Yeah, it's not bad. I have been playing a lot of Paladins lately because the Halloween event is actually pretty fun. I'm really enjoying it. I haven't gotten through hard yet. I've gotten through normal and easy. So I need to practice up my scrub skills for PvE. I got some skins. Pretty happy with them. I like my Halloween skins so far. Goal is to own them all, but I don't think that's happening this season. I re-downloaded Diablo 2 and Lord of Destruction, so I'll be streaming that on Beam tonight if you guys want to stop by. Yeah, so if you guys haven't yet...
What's this squad thing you do?
Oh, Squad Day Sunday. So Squad Day Sunday is pretty much who's ever on and we're all gaming. We try to get into the same game, and we record it. We try to have fun. We did this. We did the first 3 episodes for Paladins. I think our next thing is going to be Space Engineers. Currently, we're trying to get in touch with one of our squad members, but for some reason, that person hasn't really responded to anybody. So we don't know what's up with that, right? So it's anybody's welcome that's in this Discord server is welcome for Squad Day Sunday if you're down for it. If you got Space Engineers, which is that's going to be on this week's docket, just come into the server and message myself or anybody that's a part of this server, and and we'll set something up and we'll get Squad Day underway. I upload it every Sunday. It'll be about 3 or 4 parts usually because I'll record an entire session, which is anywhere from 2 to 5 hours, give or take. So that's pretty fun, and I don't normally cut anything out. It's all pretty raw. I try to make sure it's high quality videos. I don't like to upload any of the half-ass shit.
I love it when it's raw and uncut.
Raw and uncut.
Raw dog for the win.
Keeping it 100. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Please check out the good old Discord down below. There is a link. It is always down there. Please click it if you haven't yet. But we are going to get on out of here. We're going to get some games going. I'm going to be streaming Diablo 2 over at Beam/Brimstone. Check me out. I'll be up there all night talking shit with these guys. You guys have a great night, and thank you for watching as always.
Bye-bye.
Laters.